Hey guys, Randy Blaukat here in the famous Baitworks Tackle Store, Springfield, Missouri. Going to give you guys my 5 favorite lures to use for April bass fishing. So come on, let's check it out. Okay guys, we're going to start out here with the Mega Bass S-Crank. This is the 2.0 S-Crank. Guys, the biggest bag of fish I've ever caught in April came on this bait right here down at Beaver Lake, amazingly, practicing for an FLW tournament about probably a year after it came out. First part of April. Now this is a bait I like to use a couple different conditions. If the water temperature is like anywhere between say 50 to 55 degrees and you have water visibility of anywhere like from 12 inches maybe to 3 feet, I catch a ton of fish on this S-Crank, guys, in early April. Not so much as the fish get closer to spawning, but for pre-spawn bass, you know, when that water, like I said, is in the low to mid 50s, you can't beat this thing. And usually what I'm doing is I like to get on those steeper channel banks, make long casts parallel to the bank, try to knock it into sort of that 2 to 4 foot zone. And that will get you some good bites. And another thing with it, when you're fishing the S-Crank or square bill, in early April, you need some type of clouds and wind. It's like if you get like a southerly airflow, 10 or 20 mile an hour south wind, clouds and even rain is even better. That's when they really fire up on the square bill here. So love that thing. Next thing, guys, I love to fish in April is the Mega Bass Magdraft, the 8-inch size. Now, a lot of guys like the 6-inch size, is probably the most popular, but in April, guys, when I fish the Magdraft, I'm after big ones. This is one of the top pre-spawn and spawn and sort of like early post-spawn baits in the month of April you can use. I use it the whole month. As soon as that water temperature starts to get like, you know, anywhere around the mid 50s and up until it gets sort of in the low 60s, which is a lot during April, the 8-inch Magdraft is one of my key lures for big fish. Now, one of the things that I found about this one, it's very, very situational as far as you have to have the right variables in weather and water visibility, water depth, and all that type of stuff. You're going to find out that you're going to get more bites on the Magdraft if you have water visibilities that are, say, over 4 foot. So 4 to 8 foot visibility is my number one key. The second on that is you got to have wind. The windier the better. I like, you know, a 15 to 20 mile an hour south wind. The sky conditions can be a little bit of everything. I prefer some type of cloud. It can be like partly cloudy to cloudy, but when you get a strong wind, a south wind, clear water situation in April, this is a big deal to catch, you know, some of the biggest bass you're going to catch all year. And I'm fishing this thing in and around spawning type areas, not necessarily like where the fish are bedding, but say for example, if you've got a big cove where you know the fish bed in, I'll just start out on the point leading into the cove and I'll just work my way back into that spawning cove, thrown to the bank, working it out to maybe 10 feet or so, and I want to keep it just out of sight. So if the water visibility stays 4 feet and you've got some breeze on there, you can, you know, get it down 2 to 4 foot underwater and just sort of a medium slow retrieve with a little bit of stop and go. And when they get it, they will hammer it, like take the rod out of your hand. But 8-inch Magdraft, guys, you got to get some of these. Next one, guys, in April, I never go fishing without a jig. Got my Blaukat old Skill Jig here, and this does not mean to sound like some type of an advertisement because I was using this jig for the last 40 years. I'll give you some credit where credit deserved here. My mentor, Terry Thomas, a lot of you guys that fish around here locally know who Terry Thomas is. He's a legend. He's the one that got me on this color and this setup with the trailer. Now, when I'm talking about the jig in April, I'm talking about a real color specific. Guys, I like the black and chartreuse. There's something about it. In April, the black and chartreuse will get you more bites than any other jig out there in the live rubber. And you have to couple that up with a sort of an off-the-wall color on a trailer, and I use the blue Zoom Super Chunk. Now, this is a color combination Terry taught me about down at Bull Shoals 40 years ago. It still is effective today. So I put the 5/8 ounce Blaukat old Skill Jig, black and chartreuse, blue Super Chunk trailer on there, and pitch it and flip it just around any shallow cover. I mean, most of the time I'm looking for a little bit more off-colored water. So say, for example, if you're fishing Lake of the Ozarks, I'm going to be up in the river portions up there above Proctor Creek. If I'm fishing Table Rock, I'm going to be pitching and flipping this thing around shallow wooden rock up the James River. You need water visibility of, say, less than 2 foot. But guys, some of the best days I've had pitching and flipping in April have come on this setup. Black and chartreuse, blue trailer, And if you got some flooded bushes in April, there's not a better bait to get some good ones on it. Definitely got to get you some of these. Hey guys, the next one's no surprise. It's the soft plastic stick bait. I like the Zoom's Linky here. Usually in any type of natural color, like some type of watermelon, green pumpkin variety, something like that. But there's probably, as far as getting the number of bites and even some quality fish, there's probably not a better bait just to catch bass on, period, day in and day out in April, as a soft plastic stick bait. Now, I fish it a lot of different ways. My favorite was to wacky rig it. I'll just put it like on a 2-aught Gamakatsu G-Finesse straight shank worm hook. Basically just fishing in and around the spawning type areas. I like to get in the flatter coves and just start slowly picking and working my way around from about halfway back into the cove all the way back, throwing it to the bank, targeting maybe out to 5 or 6 foot of water. I'm fishing this wacky rigged anytime I got water visibility of over 3 feet. And another way I like to fish the soft plastic stick bait is I Texas rig it on a light weight. I put it on like a 16th or 8th ounce sinker and flip it and pitch it around boat docks. In the month of April, a lot of those good fish are going to start spawning around docks, and one of the best ways to catch them as far as getting the number of bites is to Texas rig the soft plastic stick bait, flip it and pitch it around those docks, because those fish love to bed around like the walkway areas and the inside portions. And you can also skip it wacky rigged underneath those docks too. But as far as having a good time, if you just want to go out and catch bass, there's not going to be a better way in April to catch them than a soft plastic stick bait like this Linky with a wacky rig. Finally guys, the last bait that I never go fishing in April without is a black lizard. Guys, there's something about a black lizard in April that will catch you some good fish. What I'm doing with this is I like to Texas rig it on, say, a 3/16 ounce sinker. I don't like to go heavy. One of the things you're going to find out about April bass fishing is when you're pitching and flipping the soft plastics, go light. There's something you'll get a lot more bites, especially from the bigger fish. So I'll put the lizard on a 3/16 ounce sinker, normally like 15 to 20 pound test Seagar and Vizex fluorocarbon line. With my Megabass flipping stick, pitching it and flipping it around whatever shallow cover you have available. It could be laydowns, it could be rock, it could be shallow grass, it could be docks, wherever like that. But the key is the water visibility. For this black to work, you need water visibility of like, say, 1 to 3 foot of visibility. So I'm looking for a little bit off-colored water. But out of all the colors that you have in lizards, there's something about the month of April that black will catch you more and bigger fish by far. And this was a deal, actually, my buddy Brent Chapman up at Lake Revere, Kansas, he got me on the black lizard, 25 years ago, and I've caught a ton of good ones on it. So get you a bag of black lizards. It's going to really get some good fish for you in April. Okay guys, there's my top 5 April lures. This is something that is sort of I figured out over years and years of fishing. The ones I showed you guys today were the ones that I've had the best success on overall across all the parts of the country that I fish. April is probably one of the months that about any type of lure will work to some extent, but I've caught more and bigger fish on the 5 that I showed you guys here. So give it a try. I think it'll add up some good fish for y'all. See y'all next time.